Number 10. The Traitorous Blush. You're in a quiet room, and a memory pops into your head. It's that one thing you did in 7th grade. You know the one. The one that still makes your soul want to crawl into a hole and seal the entrance. No one said a word. No one is even looking at you. But suddenly you feel it. A creeping warmth spreading across your cheeks, your ears, your neck. Your face has just turned into a giant, pulsating neon sign that reads, "I am currently thinking about something mortifying." This is the classic betrayal. The involuntary blush. It's your body's favorite way to rat you out. You think you have complete control over your poker face. But your sympathetic nervous system has other plans. When you feel a strong emotion like embarrassment, shame, or even intense attraction, your brain panics and hits the big red button. This floods your body with adrenaline, the same stuff that fuels your fight-or-flight response. Your heart rate increases, your pupils dilate, and crucially, the veins in your face, your capillaries, widen to allow for more blood flow. Why your face? Nobody is entirely sure, but one theory is that it's a form of nonverbal appeasement, a subconscious signal to others that says, "Hey, I know I messed up. I'm not a threat." It's a primitive social cue you have zero control over. So while your mind is screaming, "Don't think about it. Don't think about it," your circulatory system is busy painting a confession all over your face. Your body is basically a terrible friend who can't keep a secret for more than half a second. Number 9. The itch you can't scratch. Ever been in a situation where you really need to appear calm and confident? A job interview, a first date, or maybe just telling a small, harmless lie about who ate the last slice of cake. You've rehearsed your lines, your posture is perfect. You're a statue of cool composure. And then it starts. A phantom itch on your nose. A sudden urge to touch your chin. An inexplicable need to smooth down an eyebrow that is perfectly fine. This isn't a coincidence. It's your brain sabotaging you with what are called manipulators, or pacifying gestures. When you're trying to conceal your true feelings, your brain is under immense cognitive load. It's working overtime to suppress your real thoughts and construct a believable facade. This stress triggers a low-level fight-or-flight response. Your body gets juiced with a cocktail of stress hormones that create a feeling of nervous energy. To cope, your brain instinctively directs you to touch yourself. These little touches, scratching, rubbing, adjusting, are a way to self-soothe. They provide a minor sensory distraction and a physical outlet for that bubbling internal tension. It's a subconscious attempt to ground yourself and feel more comfortable. The irony is magnificent. In your effort to look completely normal and not at all stressed, your body initiates a series of weird, shifty-looking gestures that make you look exactly like someone who is hiding something. It's your brain trying to calm itself down by making you look as guilty as humanly possible. Number 8. The vocal cord confession. You're telling a story. It's 99% true, but you decide to add a little spice, a tiny embellishment to make it better. As you launch into the fabricated detail, something weird happens. Your voice, which was perfectly normal a second ago, suddenly jumps up half an octave, cracks, or gets strangely breathy. Congratulations, your larynx just sold you out. This vocal betrayal is a direct result of stress tensing up your muscles. When you lie or hide a strong emotion, your brain interprets it as a stressful event. This tension doesn't just affect your shoulders or your jaw. It also constricts the tiny, delicate muscles in your throat that control your vocal cords. Tighter vocal cords vibrate faster, which makes the pitch of your voice rise. It's the same reason you might shriek when you're scared. In other cases, the muscles can become so tense that they don't function smoothly, causing your voice to crack or tremble. You might also find yourself running out of breath, because that same stress response can mess with your breathing patterns, making them more shallow. You're trying to project an aura of effortless truth, but your body is physically preparing for a threat that doesn't exist. The result is that your voice becomes a living, breathing lie detector test. It's the audio equivalent of a nervous twitch. A dead giveaway that what's happening in your head isn't matching the words coming out of your mouth. Number 7. The Pupil Broadcast. Your eyes are often called the windows to the soul, which is a cheesy line from a bad poem, but it's alarmingly accurate. You can be sitting perfectly still, face as neutral as a slab of concrete, trying to hide your excitement about a surprise party, or your abject terror during a horror movie, but your pupils are staging a full-blown tell-all interview. This isn't you. This is your autonomic nervous system, the same shady operator behind the blushing incident. When your brain is working hard, say, trying to remember the complicated lie you just told, or when it's stimulated by a strong emotion like fear, attraction, or intense interest, your pupils dilate. They get bigger to let in more light. A primitive reflex tied to heightened awareness. It's a direct response to a surge of norepinephrine, a chemical cousin of adrenaline. On the flip side, when you feel disgust or aversion to something, your pupils can constrict, as if to physically limit the amount of the offensive thing you're seeing. You have no conscious control over this. You can't tell your irises to act natural. So while you're trying to convince your friend you absolutely love their terrible new haircut, your pupils might be shrinking down to pinpricks. Or when someone mentions a topic you have a secret, passionate opinion on, your eyes might widen ever so slightly. They are a live broadcast of your cognitive and emotional effort, turning your eyeballs into tiny, traitorous screens. Number 6. The Telltale Heartbeat. This one is straight out of an Edgar Allan Poe story. You're in a tense situation, trying your best to project an image of icy calm. Your face is still, your hands are steady, but inside your chest, your heart is trying to beat its way out through your sternum. You might even feel the pulse throbbing in your neck or your temples. This is your cardiovascular system screaming the truth while your mouth is busy lying. The moment your brain perceives a situation as high stakes, whether you're lying about your credentials or just trying to hide a surprise, it triggers the fight or flight response. Adrenaline floods your system with one primary goal: prepare the body for intense physical exertion. And the first thing on its to-do list is to crank up the heart rate. It needs to pump oxygen-rich blood to your muscles in case you need to physically run away from the awkward conversation. The funny part is, you're usually just sitting there, completely still, trying not to look suspicious. But your heart is running a full-on marathon under your shirt. While others probably can't hear it, the sheer force of it can be enough to make you feel flushed or cause your breathing to become more shallow and rapid as your lungs try to keep up. It's your body's internal drum solo, a frantic rhythm that completely betrays the calm exterior you're trying to maintain. Your heart is an honest organ in a world of deceit. Number 5. The Posture Police. You're in a meeting, pretending to be fascinated by a proposal you think is a terrible idea. You make a conscious effort to look open and engaged. You lean forward, you nod, you keep your arms firmly uncrossed, but you fail to notice that your feet are pointing directly at the door, or that you've hunched your shoulders forward just enough to look like a turtle retreating into its shell. This is your subconscious posture screaming what your conscious mind is trying to suppress. Our brains are hardwired to translate emotional states into physical stances. When you feel defensive, uncomfortable, or opposed to an idea, your limbic system sends out silent alarms. These alarms cause you to adopt defensive postures. Crossing your arms or legs is the classic example, as it creates a literal barrier between you and the perceived threat. But it's more subtle than that. You might find yourself creating space by leaning back, or you might shrink to make yourself a smaller target by hunching. The most honest parts of your body are often your feet. While you're busy managing your facial expression and hand gestures, your feet will often point in the direction you subconsciously want to go. In this case, away from the bad idea and out the door. You're a puppet, and your hidden thoughts are the puppeteer pulling the strings of your skeleton. Number 4. The Sweaty Confession. You're in a high-stakes negotiation. Or maybe you're just trying to convince your partner you have no idea how that giant dent appeared on the car door. You've got your story straight, your expression is neutral, and you're ready to deliver an Oscar-worthy performance. As you reach out to shake hands to seal the deal, you're met with a horrifying realization. Your palm is dripping. It's not hot in the room, but your body has decided to open the floodgates. This is emotional sweating, and it's a terrible tattletale. Your body has 2 main types of sweat glands. Most of them are eccrine glands, designed to cool you down when you overheat. But the glands on your palms, the soles of your feet, and your forehead are special. They're also wired directly into your emotional response system. When your brain senses stress, like the stress of fabricating a story on the fly, it triggers the fight-or-flight response. This system assumes you're in physical danger. The sweat on your palms and soles was evolutionarily designed to give our ancestors a better grip for climbing or fighting their way out of a jam. In the modern world, this ancient survival mechanism is just plain awkward. It doesn't help you grip your pen any better during an exam or make your lie more believable. It just serves as a very damp, very obvious signal that your internal state is anything but calm. Your body is trying to equip you for a prehistoric brawl, while all you want is to not look guilty. Number 3. The Fake Smile Glitch. Picture this. Your boss tells a joke. It's terrible. A real groaner. But you're a team player, so you have to pretend it's the funniest thing you've ever heard. You stretch your lips wide, show your teeth, and maybe even let out a little, "Ha!" But the resulting expression doesn't look like joy. It looks broken, like a mannequin that's been programmed to smile. This is the difference between a real smile and a fake one. And it's a dead giveaway of your true feelings. A genuine smile, known as a Duchenne smile, is an involuntary reaction. It involves two major muscle groups, the ones that pull up the corners of your mouth, and the muscles around your eyes that contract and create crow's feet. You can easily command the muscles around your mouth to make a smile shape. That's the part you're controlling. But the muscles around your eyes, the orbicularis oculi, are largely involuntary. They only truly engage when you're experiencing a genuine positive emotion. When you force a smile to hide your boredom, disgust, or disappointment, only your mouth is doing the work. This is called a Pan Am smile, and it looks hollow because your eyes remain dead and lifeless. Your brain knows the difference, and so does everyone else's, even if they can't explain exactly why your happy face is giving them the creeps. Number 2. The Stuttering Sabotage. You are a smooth, eloquent speaker. Words flow from you like a majestic river. At least, they do when you're telling the truth. The second you have to lie, that majestic river suddenly hits a dam made of sludge. You start a sentence, then stop. You use filler words like and like, as if you're being paid for them. Your once brilliant brain is suddenly buffering. This is because lying is incredibly hard work for your brain. Normal conversation is mostly automatic. But when you decide to lie, you add several new processor-intensive tasks to the queue. First, you have to actively suppress the truth. Second, you have to invent the lie. Third, you have to make sure the lie is internally consistent and doesn't contradict anything else you've said. Fourth, you have to monitor the other person's reaction to see if they're buying it. All of this extra work creates a massive cognitive load. Your brain's processing power is being stretched to its limit, which means there are fewer resources available for the normally simple act of fluent speech. The system overloads and starts to glitch. The result is a cascade of stutters, false starts, and verbal stumbling. It's not a moral failing. It's a traffic jam in your neural pathways. Your brain is trying to direct a multi-car pileup, and your mouth is the unfortunate reporter on the scene. Number 1. The Microexpression Leak. This is the ultimate, most fleeting, and most honest way your body betrays you. Imagine a friend tells you some news that, on the surface, is great. But for you, it's secretly terrible. Maybe they got the promotion you wanted. You know you have to look happy for them. You prepare your face, ready to assemble a perfect, supportive smile. You say, "Wow, that's amazing." But for a split second, a tiny fraction of a second before your happy mask is in place, a flash of pure, undiluted rage or disappointment flashes across your face. This is a microexpression. It is the ghost of your true emotion, and it is impossible to stop. These expressions are lightning fast, lasting as little as 1/25th of a second. They occur when your brain is fighting a civil war. Your limbic system, the primal emotional part of your brain, reacts instantly to the news and sends a signal for your face to show genuine anger, fear, or sadness. But your prefrontal cortex, the logical, socially appropriate part of your brain, immediately swoops in and slams the brakes on that expression, replacing it with the one you want to show. But it's too late. For a brief, almost imperceptible moment, the real emotion leaked out. These microexpressions are universal to all humans and are notoriously difficult to hide. While most people might miss them, a trained observer can spot that flash of contempt or despair, reading your true thoughts before you've even fully processed them yourself. It's the final proof that no matter how good you are at lying, your face will always tell the truth first, even if it's just for a millisecond. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them,